What is going on, guys? Before this video plays, I just want to let you guys know really quick that I actually have merch now. I actually have a merch store, and you could check it out. The link will be in the description. I'll also put it on the bottom of the screen. But the designs are 100% made by me, and they look really nice on, t-shirts and, all the stuff that I have on there. So please go ahead and take a second to take a look at that merch store. I'll also leave a coupon code down below just in case you guys do actually want to get something. It'll take off like 10% off of the total purchase, so go ahead and use that, and let's get into the video. Thanks, guys. What is going on, guys? It is your fellow TDefton here, back with another video. Yes, that is 2 days in a row. What the hell? Is he back? I think so. He might actually stay here for more than a week. We'll fucking see. There goes my ad revenue. There it goes. Down the drain. Demonetized. This video is demonetized. It's done. It's over, guys. So today's video is going to be about Oberon. Oberon finally got an update, and actually today he received another update on top of his previous one, which fixed some of his abilities, fixed some of the problems that some people had with the new like, I guess, update, the new change to his abilities. So today we're actually going to take a look at his abilities, and then we are going to just give some final thoughts and comments on exactly what we think, or I don't know why I'm saying we, it's only me, what I think about this new update. There's also a new weapon that I want to cover, but that will come eventually. Also, let me know if you guys like my fashion frame. I just did this today, and I was like, oh, this is really sexy. I hope you like the shots that I took in the very beginning. I kind of got that idea from MCIK, I'm not gonna lie. With his Octavia video, I was like, ooh, that looks hot. So let me see if I could make that too. So we are in the ability screen, so I'm going to quickly go over all of the new abilities with Oberon. I am not going to actually be jumping into the simulacrum. This video, I will be testing out his new abilities and everything like that in a separate video. For right now, I'm just going to be going over his new changes, because he did change today, as I just mentioned. That's what I meant by they. DE has received a lot of feedback based on, the changes that they've made to Oberon, and they've changed a lot of things, including Smite, Hallowed Ground, Reckoning, and Renewal. I believe those were the ones that got a little bit of a change. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start off with the passive. So the passive is the same thing as what was updated. It basically was changed to allied pets receive health, armor, and shield buffs. In addition, your pets receive an instant revive permission. I'm not entirely sure if they actually removed the old like passive, which I actually kind of liked. The fact that pets around Oberon, or wildlife around Oberon, actually turned to his side and started attacking other enemies. You know what I mean? As I said, I haven't played Oberon for a while, so I'm not entirely sure if they attacked enemies or if they were just flat out passive. I'm not entirely sure. But regardless, I'm not sure if they removed that. I'm gonna have to test that out, and I will do that in my video where I test out his abilities. So you will be seeing that really soon. But we're gonna move on to Smite. Smite is kind of the same, but not really. Basically, what they changed with this rework, or not really a rework, revisit, is they made it so that Smite scales based off of enemy health. The initial enemy that you hit, I should say. So the first enemy that you hit, his health will determine how much damage the projectiles will do. The only issue is, before this update today, it was having troubles with lower level missions, because lower level enemies, they didn't have any health, and then, you know, it didn't have any initial, like, base damage with the orbs, right? And that's basically what this is right here. The orb damage, that is the base orb damage that you can get, but it scales, as I said, based off of enemy health. And the orb damage percentage, that's the percentage of the health that it takes. So the only problem with this now is, and like I said, I haven't tested this out today, but I will be going over this in the video, you know, that whenever I make that. So the only issue with it that I had was it didn't seem to ignore armor. So it wasn't based off of true damage. It was just based off of just regular damage in general. I think is based off of radiation damage, which is all right, but the thing is, if you have a high level enemy, they won't care, you know, like it will hit their armor, and then that's it. Like it'll shave off like 100 health off of a level 100 enemy. Like, it's not gonna do anything. So I don't think that is the right way to go. I think they should make it so that it's based off of true damage, but, you know, I rest my case. Hollowed Ground got a bunch of different changes. It is no longer visually a line of fire. It is now kind of a cone. It's based off of an angle. So you can kind of have a half circle, or you could have a, you know, what I have right now is kind of like a three quarters of a circle. So it's pretty wide, you know. It has a pretty wide, I guess, coverage, right? And then on top of that, the radius determines how far it goes. So this ability can go pretty far, and also it does a passive radiation. Well, I shouldn't say passive, but it has a radiation proc for any enemy that walks on top of it. And then on top of that, it does 185. Well, for me, it does 185. It does 100 damage per tick on default. So that is definitely something that you should be looking into, because Hollowed Ground is definitely a good ability to use, especially when you synergize it with Reckoning, which I will get into in a minute. Renewal has been changed as well. You get just a flat out armor increase when you actually use Renewal, whenever it is active. Whenever healing is finished, it actually starts a timer to get rid of the armor buff. The buff duration actually determines how long armor stays active. Also, you get Bleed Out Slow, which is in terms of a Warframe falling down, or, you know, going down, or whatever, who needs to be revived. If you activate Renewal, it will actually slow down the percentage of the timer. And I'm not really sure how you can beef this up, because I do have power strength on this. It might be duration, maybe efficiency. I'm not entirely sure. I need to mess around with my build. But you can probably get this up to a pretty high percentage, and then make it so that you will have plenty of time to pick up your teammate, as long as you have Renewal active. You still have energy per second, you have energy per target, health over time, same thing, initial heal, same thing, power duration, same thing, and then power range, same thing. So it's basically what you would expect. Health over time is how much health it heals over time for every tick. Initial heal is the initial health that it gives you. Energy per second is how much energy it drains. Power duration is how long this I don't really know how to describe it. The initial pulse lasts, if that makes sense. And then the power range is how far your health orbs can actually travel, or, you know, whenever your allies are actually recognized inside of that ring, if that makes sense. So the last ability is Reckoning. A little bit of a bonus damage based off of if the enemy has a radiation proc on them. So everything else is basically the same, and if you have not used Oberon before, I'll explain everything. But if the enemy has a radiation proc on them, which is why I was saying it synergizes really well with Hollowed Ground, you are actually able to use you are actually able to deal an extra amount of damage. And down here it tells you how much damage you can actually deal on top of the damage you already have. So on top of here, I have on top of the 2,312 damage that I actually have outputting just from the ability alone. I get an extra damage if the enemy has a radiation proc on them of 1,156. So if you do a build with this that is basically a spam build, so you can, you know, keep on using Reckoning over and over and over and over and over again, you could actually deal a lot of damage in quite a short amount of time, but you have to have a Trinity or something like that to help you out. But this can synergize really well. But other than that, with Reckoning, the enemies gain an armor reduction percentage. In this case, it's 55%. Blind duration and blind range. Basically, within a certain range of you activating Reckoning, any enemies that are near you actually get blinded for a certain period of time, which is 3.2 seconds. And health orb drop percentage, you get a percent chance of you actually dropping of an enemy that you kill dropping a health orb. And then power range in meters, that is self-explanatory. It's just the power range. You know, that's basically it. So that is really it for the Oberon Warframe and his new changes. As I said before, I will be doing a video going over all of the changes in combat, so you guys can actually see exactly what I'm referring to when I'm saying, you know, Smite not be that great and scale well like game, etc., etc. So if you are new to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe and look out for that video. If you are a returning member or otherwise, leave me a comment letting me know what you think about this new Oberon revisit, and let me know if you're going to use Oberon more often now. Also, leave a like on the video if you did enjoy, because leaving likes actually lets me know if I should continue content like this, because I don't normally do stuff like this. I usually do 10 versus the world challenges and stuff like that, which I will continue. But I just want to know if I should branch out into other things, and I will, but I want to know what you guys prefer. So with that being said, thank you guys so much once again for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next video and or stream. Peace.